Welcome back, y'all. Welcome. Episode 27, Don't Listen to Me podcast. We took a week off, but we back like ain't nothing ever happened.
Yes,
Um,
baby. Welcome.
I am low.
And I'm Alnisa. What's up?
Make sure y'all like, thumbs up the video, comment, share, subscribe. We typically do this every week, unless we're traveling or something else. You know what I'm saying? Um, so first things first. This here is a drinking podcast.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm eating. The drinking and eating today.
Well, look, because it's after hours and we need sustenance. Okay. Um, but yeah, everybody that's joining us live, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and drop us a what's up. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know also what drink is in your cup. So sis, what drink is in your cup?
Tonight, listen, let me just set the mood, okay? I be thinking, I for real, we're sorry that we're a few minutes late, guys. We be doing a lot. We be having a lot going on. And we're going to get into, some of the things that we have up and coming and why, one of the reasons why we were delayed tonight. But I did a lot when I got home from work. One in which was I put some short ribs in the oven and sopped them things up with some barbecue sauce. So I'm pairing it tonight with a lovely glass of Cabernet.
Mm,
This is just a good old and faithful, good old Cabernet.
yummy. What's the percentage?
Mmm,
Know we got to find that out now.
13%.
On the money.
Oh, and I'm gonna let you tell yours, and then I'm gonna get something else and show you one that I'll tell you the story. Go ahead. What you drinking, sis?
Okay. Well, I didn't have any short ribs like my good sis because you know, single in the city. I just got me some American Deli vegetable fried rice for lunch and
That
ate
works.
so much like four people could eat off of it. So I'm gonna be eating that for dinner tonight. If I stay up late, maybe a midnight snack. If not, then that'll be breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and or
Amen.
dinner tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I have it's so bright. Riesling.
Oh, Riesling. Oh, that's a pretty bottle.
This is a really good like they have this at all like the what do you call it, grocery stores. It's like the not super expensive one. It's good though.
What's the
12%.
percentage? We'll go with that.
Not bad. Not too bad. You know, I don't
All
need to be
right.
it's so bright.
What y'all drinking out there? Let us know. Pour it up. Pour it up.
Watch
Lift the
out.
lamp.
That's what the
Cheers,
song is.
sis.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what the that's what the songstress says. Cheers.
And cheers to you all.
Cheers
Happy
to you all out there. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Cinco de Mayo Eve.
May the fourth be with you.
Yay! Good one.
Yeah, you know,
Okay,
girl.
let me tell you this. So my hubby been buying me
Mhm.
wine, right? And let me just show y'all this wine that he bought me. And it's good. It's called Lemonade Stand, and it's a strawberry lemonade rosé. Y'all
Ooh.
see, ain't nothing but a swig in the bottle, right?
Just a swig.
Just a
That
swig,
sounds
baby.
really that sounds really good, sis.
Well, I started drinking it, and he actually joined in and was drinking it with me. And he was like, how's it taste? And I was like, I mean, it tastes all right. He's like, well, what's wrong with it? I was like, no, I mean, it just tastes like more juice than wine. And he was like, oh, well, what's the percentage? And I didn't even think to look at the percentage. The
What's it like?
percentage is 6.5%. I was like, get that out of here. This is juice. This is juice.
Come here.
He thought I was tripping. I was like, come on now, 6.5%. I might as
Oh,
well drink a little juice and call it a night. This ain't gonna do nothing for me.
okay. Might as
I
well get
need
you a
double that.
Kool-Aid. So, throw
I
some
need
shit in
double that, baby.
there.
Come
Oh yeah,
on.
at least, at least.
I mean, it
Trick
was tasty, but I would use this
virgin. That's what that's
a
giving.
virgin
Virgin.
drink. I know
Mm-hmm.
I would use this as a cocktail, and it would have some
Definitely.
vodka. It would have some
Mm,
vodka in it.
yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's what that would have. So anyway,
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea about the adding the pasta. Yeah. To
yeah.
be honest,
But
I'm with
man,
you.
so let's get into it, sis. I mean, we was off last week. Lo was traveling. Let's talk about, let's catch up, play catch up. Let's talk about what you did, where
Yeah,
you been, what
we
you been
got a lot
doing.
to catch up on. So one of my best friends from college was her birthday. She was turning 35, or she turned 35. Happy birthday, T. And she had a girls trip to Houston. And I've been to Houston a couple of times, but never, I don't know, never like a fun like girls trip
Yeah,
type
right.
vacation. But I've always been to Houston where it was like kind of work related or just in and out.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a really good time. Houston had some really good food.
Really.
Servers. It was literally 24 hours. I got there. I left Saturday, early Saturday morning, and
Mhm.
I was right back at the airport early Sunday morning. So I just had
Wow. Okay.
4 hours in Houston. We went to brunch at a place called Lucille. Yeah, Lucille in Houston. Oh, I had a oxtail omelet. Oh, sis, it was so
I'm
good.
going there just for that. I'm going there
You
just for
need
that.
to, and I'll let me know when you're going because I'll be there too. It was so delicious. They had
Mm.
also they had French like croissant French toast. Girl, yes, they made French toast out of croissants.
Who
I
are
had to
these
like,
people?
and who raised them? Because they
Who
were
raised
raised right. Oh, it was so good, sis. It was so good.
That sounds
Oh,
amazing.
delicious. And the server there, he had that. It was a big group. Like it was maybe 15 of us, and
Uh-huh.
he had that thing running. So it was good. It was really good. We had a good time. After
Mm.
that, we went back to our Airbnb. And we always talk about Haley, our cousin. She is the best with coming up with like fun games,
Yeah,
like icebreaker
she
games
is.
almost. And it was really she came up with this game where we basically every person had like 10 seconds to play a song in a specific category, and the group would like have to guess based on like the first 5 seconds. We played that for like hours, and it was really good because we all knew P, but we all didn't know each other. Like I knew about five of
Oh,
the girls, six of the girls, but
uh-huh.
that was like a nice way for all of us to get to talking, to get to
Right.
know each other, and just have a good time. So we played that game until it was time for us to get ready for our dinner reservations. Just
Wow.
drinking, playing each other different songs, and then we had dinner at this place called Juliet, and it was very cute. It's like a theater style. That's the theme of it. It's
Mhm.
almost like you're going to the theater, and the menus were personalized. It said "Happy effing
Oh.
birthday, T." It was so cute. All of our
Yes.
menus, and you get to keep the menus. There
Oh, that's so
I was a
sweet.
fancy lady. I got surf and turf, filet mignon, and some
Mm.
shrimp, and I love my potatoes, so I got my potatoes, and it was really nice. It was just so nice. And at that restaurant, it was so hilarious. I wish I would have like posted, but at one part they were playing like just it wasn't like a loud lounge or anything. They just had like music at talking
Soft
level,
plan. Okay.
but we heard "Can We Talk" playing, Tevin Campbell's "Can We Talk" playing.
I
The
already know y'all cut up. I already know.
but not just us, Nika, the entire restaurant.
What?
Can everybody, we ended up recording. Here we go. Like everybody singing it. We cheered last night. I singing across the table.
Yes,
It
baby.
was so fun. I was like, "Oh, Black people, I just love
We're
us.
so
And
colorful. I just love
girl,
it.
can we talk a Negro spiritual at this point? Are we
It's gotta
inducting
be.
that? Okay,
I
I think
mean,
so.
every single place you go, like if I'm here to have a good time, that better be on the roster. You do that better be on the roster. That better be
Yes.
in full rotation. Love that song.
Oh, agreed.
Mm,
Oh yeah, that was fun.
that's
Y'all know
awesome.
I work at an airline, so I fly like uh standby for free.
Yes.
So it's always an adventure because you never know when you're gonna go.
Woo.
And it was getting down to the wire. I'm texting my mom and sister on our group chat, like, I missed that flight, missed this flight. And I remember one of my colleagues told me about a trick where we could get flights on different airlines for cheap. I got me a $40 one way ticket on another airline and just got
Lo,
right on
you know
board.
what? I thought that our cousin O must have told you about that because he
You
was telling
you
me
told me
about
about
that.
it. Yes.
Yeah,
And that's when I
he was
asked my
telling me
colleague
about
about
it.
it. I asked my colleague about it, and she was basically saying, yes, you can buy a ticket. It's still not a confirmed ticket, but it's standby, but you can look through all of the options of all of the different airlines to see your best chances. Like it'll show you how many seats the other airlines have available on standby. So this particular airline, I think their headquarters is probably out of Houston. So they just had a whole bunch of flights.
Oh, that's good.
So they had a lot of availability, and that was nice.
Man, that was a good time.
It was a good
I've
time.
been to Houston once, and once or twice, once. Mm, yeah, I've been there once. And they let's see, it was like one of those where it was kind of in and out. It wasn't for like pleasure, although I was with a group of friends, but I did not eat at one restaurant. So I definitely hello sister. Hello. Hello to you. That's why my baby be saying hello. Hello. Um so yes, that sounds like a good time. I'm glad that T had a happy birthday. I texted her and you know, her sister is my best friend. I mean, I still listen. Her first of all, her sister is younger than 35, and y'all know I'm older than all of them. And I still to this day be cackling at when we were all at my house for like New Year's, and me and her been cutting up for years together. And for whatever reason, she just didn't know my age, and we were talking about my age, meaning the one that Jay is, which is her T's
Yeah,
sister.
sister, yeah.
And she was like, she was looking at everybody confused, like, wait a minute, what do you mean? That's how old you are? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you're my oldest best friend.
This is still so funny to me.
We've been
And you know, she asked
we've
about
been
you. Where my
friends.
best friend at on the
Cause they're
trip?
my best friend. They're my best friend. Okay. But no, I'm glad y'all got a chance to get away. We love them so much.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
glad we were able to go.
Phenomenal women doing exceptional things. So we're yeah,
Sure.
grateful
So,
to have them in
so
our life.
you had an exciting weekend too. We've been talking about
Yeah,
the
we did.
marriage.
Oh, girl, I had
Yeah, the
forgot that I
wedding.
did.
You haven't told me about it. So tell me everything. This is the wedding that we've been preparing for.
I'm gonna let you know when I'm with my friends. You there, Lo? What happened?
Yeah, girl,
What happened,
I'm
Lo?
trying to be respectful. I'm got something going on.
Oh, you trying to be respectful
I'm
and eat
listening.
off camera?
I'm
I didn't
listening.
care. I didn't care. Why haven't y'all ain't never seen nobody eat?
You know, I was doing something else,
It's
child.
okay.
But
It's okay. But no,
okay.
one of my girlfriends, my good girlfriends from high school, I've known her since the 10th grade, and her baby sister, which was our baby sister growing up, she got married over the weekend. She is a doctor. I think I've
Oh,
said this before on our show, but yeah, she's a doctor. She just recently graduated with her doctorate last year. And she got married on Sunday, and it was just a fabulous. Let me just tell you, my friends, they're all out of control. I just want to
I
say
know
that.
y'all set up.
But I realize that I'm also out of control when I'm with them. It is
Oh,
the it's
ripped
we
and ripped out, probably. Okay.
we had us a good old time. But let me just say, first of all, now I love these new school black people that are like,
On time.
yeah, you took it out of my mouth. You took it out of my mouth. On time, baby. It was on
Because
time. Do you hear me? Listen,
you got to pay. These venues make you pay, baby.
time is money and
Oh,
money is time. So the wedding started at 6 p.m. and they was on it by 6:11, baby. I was like, come on, somebody. And it was
for
a venue where it was so beautiful. It was actually a venue by Piedmont Park.
oh,
And I don't know the name of the venue,
Botanical
but it was
Garden.
no, but it was actually an inside venue. It was beautiful. And the area that they had, it was the ceremony, and then they transitioned it, like we went to like to have cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, and then they transitioned it into the reception, and it was fancy smancy,
Oh,
it
dress
was a
up with the like
black
sandals.
tie wedding.
I love those.
And the bridesmaids, she was the only one that was in white. The bridesmaid all had on
Perfect.
black, and it
Woo!
was a black tie event, girl. It was so classy.
What did you wear?
And I wore a dress. I have plenty of black dresses, and I had a plenty of black dresses that I had never worn. So it was just like a one shoulder black dress, and it had a little slit of like a see through down the middle. It was
Was it
pretty.
long?
It had a slit, so one side was long, and then there was
Oh,
just a
asymmetrical.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. It wasn't too much, but it was real classy.
Oh,
Um,
what was your? I need all the. Give me. How was your hair? You had the like finger waves.
that's a whole long story. So what had happened was I got my hair done on Saturday because I didn't realize that the wedding was on. I thought the wedding was on Saturday, so I booked it with the with thinking that it was on Saturday, and the lady was like, "Oh no, I don't work on Sundays," and I was like, "That's a Sunday?" And my hair does not last. I have to get my hair done the day of. The only thing is I my hair is like so soft and thin. So even though I slept pretty, because I do not like to sleep pretty, I slept pretty by the morning, like all of the curls had fell except the top. So I just had to
But that
recurl it.
that that works though. The top you can work
Yeah.
with. The top stays.
Yeah.
Did you wear a red lip with
Yeah.
the black? What was the lip color?
So at first I did have a red lip, but I got my makeup done, of course, by my makeup artist who's the bomb. And that was so early in the day. By the time I was like, doing some stuff, she actually always gives me like a little sample of lipstick. I
To
just didn't
reapply.
reapply it because I was like, I'm gonna be like
Yeah.
eating. I was just like, that's just too much. Let me just put on a little lip gloss, a little on
Okay.
top of
Yeah.
it. So by the time it had faded a little, but it was cool.
Okay. Oh my
But I'm gonna
God.
call two of
Okay.
my friends out. So we sitting there, and I'm like, "Well, the wedding is starting. Where is such and such? And where is such and such?" I'm texting them like, "Y'all, where y'all at?" They talk about they on the highway. They missed the
Lord.
entire ceremony.
No.
The entire ceremony. Yes, I felt so bad, and this how classy the wedding was. As soon as the wedding started, the announcer or whoever he was, I don't think he was a wedding planner, but maybe someone that was in over
This
the venue.
place. I'm
Hey buddy, hey
sorry.
buddy.
Yeah.
um, girl, yes, we was. It was a mess. You ain't on social media. I'll have to see you the video just so you can be like,
Send me,
okay, y'all was
and I
having a.
want to see the look. I want to see your look though. Send me
We was
that.
having a good time. We was having a good time, but um, so yeah, they missed the wedding. But at the beginning, there was an announcement like, hey, at the request of the bride, please turn your phones off and put your phones away. No videos and no photos.
Really?
No videos and no photos for the wedding ceremony. She wanted to be the one that did, for her photographer and be the one that was like,
Put that in the
yeah, because sometimes people don't, if anything, stuff can happen, things don't always go as planned. That's how I look at it. Like anything. Or you get me at an angle that I don't really like. I mean, whatever. That's her preference.
yeah.
So everybody had to put their phones away, and I was sneaking, and my husband kept saying, "You ain't supposed to have your phone out." And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to see what such as I did." Girl, they missed the whole. But literally,
Oh, my God.
one of my favorite words, "wee woo."
We in, we out.
We in, we out, baby. They was in and out. Do you hear me? That thing lasted about 20 minutes, and
I'm
that was
about
it.
to ask. I'm gonna keep asking questions about the wedding. This is my last question. I just have to know. Did they have a large bridal party, like a lot of?
Oh,
Uh,
this is the
bridal-
classy part about it. So the view was so beautiful. They had like these French, really open windows, the scenery in the back. So you walk down, all the
was it
bridesmaids,
like
all the
high up in the
they were
building, or
high, high, high,
no? I mean, you
beautiful.
weren't like high up in like a high
Oh no,
rise.
no, 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 no,
Wait,
no, 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 no,
okay,
no, no,
okay.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no.
You were on the.
So the groomsmen and the bridesmaids walk in, but they did not stand up beside like how we typically do. They
But they
all
shut
sat
down.
on the first
Bro, I've seen
first
that before.
front row, and the only people that were standing up was my girlfriend Pam and which was the maid of honor and the best man.
I
It was
love them.
beautiful.
What did they cry? Did the groom cry when she came down?
Girl, they did. He was tearing up. He was emotional, but he didn't let it out. He was a thug. He let it out, and I feel like I'm like you. I just can't help it. Like I was just I can't believe I ain't bring no tissue.
We know, like we literally, y'all. Sidebar: my sister and I went to a trip for my birthday last year to Costa Rica at this beautiful resort. There was a wedding there while we were in the pool. There was a wedding on the beach. Complete
At
strangers.
the infinity pool.
At the and the it was right at sunset. I mean, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. The bride was just as
Embarrassing.
beautiful as can be. My sister and I are
All the
in
other
our
black people there,
bikini in the infinity pool,
full
looking like
bikini, crying, real tears,
we're not guests. We do
total
not know this man.
strangers,
If I know this man,
front row seats.
but I will say it's something about like black love because we were the only black people on the
We were the
resort
only
other than
black people.
even when we were
Right.
even when we were randomly walking, they was like, "Are y'all at the wedding?" That's our
Yes, they
cousin.
were. Every single time another black person would stop us and be like, y'all with the wedding? Because I know we ain't seen no more black people around these parts.
They were like, "Y'all got to be with the wedding." It was so
It was
funny, but yes,
beautiful. It was
weddings
beautiful.
always make
Black
me cry.
love is, oh God. I was literally, I had to turn away, like, get yourself together. You don't have no tissue, girl.
What?
But
Can you
hmm,
describe her dress, or you don't? Do you think she would want you to?
she had like it was cut off halter, and she's so small and petite, but
Little,
they literally
beautiful.
look like they are so
Barbie
beautiful.
Ken.
Barbie, a black
I
Barbie and Ken.
know. I bet.
Literally.
I
I
bet.
text I text Pam that the next day, like they look like in real life, that's what they look like every day. But it was just on a whole nother level. They
I
are a
know.
gorgeous couple. They are a gorgeous couple. And she's
Oh,
so pretty. And it's fitting because we can talk about like the brown skin girl. She's a brown skin, darker girl as well. She is just gorgeous. She's always been beautiful. She has this long hair all the way down her back. I mean, just
so cute.
gorgeous. She's
Yes.
beautiful. So it was a
I
beautiful
love
wedding, and then it was a fancy smancy
dinner.
dinner. We had to choose select before we got there what we wanted, whether we wanted fish or chicken. and they had the place cards with our names on them, and it had a actual fish or chicken, so people came around to pass out, the different
Oh,
plates or whatever. It was real cute, and it was an open bar. So before we was just
what was
drinking
that?
wine, but then by the time the reception hit, we was getting it in, honey.
What you was drinking?
And the
Oh,
DJ, he played "Can We Talk?" Boom, sure did. Guess what else he played? And we
what?
acted a fool.
What?
I ain't gonna let up. No, I ain't gonna let up. No. He played. I was gonna record it.
I mean,
I was like, oh my god, this is my sister's song. We gotta go on the dance floor. Girl, we was cutting loose. Do you hear me?
the DJ knows the assignment.
He played all the Atlanta songs, girl. We was cutting
I don't know
loose.
what you was drinking when the open bar came.
I
What was
actually stuck to wine because I had drink. I had
it?
drink like I ain't gonna tell you how many glasses, but by that time
Good.
I was like, there's no reason for me to start on hard liquor. So yeah, I stuck to wine, but me and my girlfriends, we just be cutting up everywhere we go. That's the bottom
I
line. That's the
love
bottom
that
line.
so
It was great.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, good always. It's always good to like get with people for fun things, like good things, especially after the couple of years we had, child.
Ugh,
Birthdays. Sign me up for all the birthday trips. Sign me
all of it.
Look, sign me up for all the girls' trips, for all the weddings and baby showers and good
Yes.
times and anniversary. I
Yes.
want to go. I'll be
Yes.
the third wheel on a couple's trip. Shoot, buy me a little.
Like,
I
try me. You would. Come on. Come on. You coming along. You coming along.
yeah, I would. I really would.
You
So yeah,
look, you've really said that before. You was like, "Oh, let me know if y'all go to Puerto Rico. I'll call."
because as much as I don't, I think the thing that really cracks you. I don't
Cause you
mind being the
gonna come.
third. I really would. I don't mind being the third wheel if I like both of the people. Like I like
Right.
you and your husband. So yes,
We gonna
y'all,
have us a good
y'all,
old time.
y'all would. We all really would just have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have us a
But
good
yeah,
old time.
the difference is now when I become the fifth wheel or the seventh wheel, count me out, baby. Because
Okay.
everybody's coupled up. I did that one time. I said, oh,
You
now
did?
the third wheel I can do.
But
After one couple, I can't. It can't be
oh, that's
multiple.
hard. Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
That's what
But
that.
I think
It's
you
not
do. I think you
it's
do
like,
okay with that with the people that you like though, because that would be like if you would come out with me, my hubby, buddy, and her hubby if we were going out.
depending on the thing that we were going to. Now, I would go out if it's like a open mic because that's my vibe. I like that. But but to be honest, I probably wouldn't go to like a bowling alley. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Because I don't. I would probably
Oh,
wouldn't go bowling because it's not like I could meet other, mix and mingle with other people. You know, I couldn't like
okay.
start a little conversation off to the side. I mean, I would feel like the fifth wheel because you know y'all booed up. Y'all, it's a couple
Okay.
thing.
I get it. I get it.
Y'all wouldn't make me feel that way. I know, but it just would be like naturally, like y'all would.
Mm.
I don't know. I
All
don't know.
right. Well, that's fine.
Maybe I'm
But
wrong.
yeah,
Yo, let's try. Let's see.
that was a recap. Other than that, my daughter got accepted into Georgia State, and she's excited about that. But she's trying to go somewhere else. I'm like, baby, you staying right close to me. You staying right close to me.
That's so. I love that.
But we're excited, and she graduates in a couple of weeks. They actually have an older sister who graduates from college next week. So the month of May is just super busy. It's
Yeah,
graduations, it's two of my best friends' birthdays. It's also my wedding anniversary, our
yeah,
cousin's birthday, niecey birthday.
yeah.
It's just
It
and it's
is
Labor Day. I mean
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Memorial Day. So it's just so much
Oh,
going
yeah.
on.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it though. I like when it's the season of celebrating a lot of things. So that's
Absolutely.
nice.
Absolutely.
It's busy, but it's nice.
Oh, it's always fun. It's always fun. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But other than that, just
Oh,
same
real
old, Same old.
Real quick, just to let y'all know. So it's also Mother's Day this month,
It
and we
is. Oh
as a family are doing a 5K Mother's Day weekend.
yeah. Oh Jesus.
So Brother B is correct. Brother B is the
A
like,
runner.
and he's a runner. This is what
Yeah,
he does.
that's
He
what he
runs
do.
long distances. Me, please pass me and miss me on all things cardiovascular activity related. I don't want no part. And you know this. You, Buddy, Haley, y'all know that I don't, first of all, I don't in general like being told what to do. So
She says this every time she's working out.
every time, and we've done multiple workout things
Oh, we've
together
done some dumb
before.
things. We've done
The
some
most
dumb,
ridiculous things.
dumb things,
We
guys.
won't even go there, but y'all know, like when personal trainers be telling me what to do, I'm like, I'll pay
I
you.
don't know who you talking to.
I'll tell you what to do. Now, hush, and I'm gonna walk for the rest of the way. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not really, I'm not really. I said all that to say
Out of control.
I don't really do
That ain't
like
your speed, baby. That ain't your speed.
the running thing. No, it's not my thing. But brother B is first of all, it's my brother, so I actually like
Yeah.
hanging out with him. It's a fun run. I mean, we in the city. It's like okay, it's something to do. So 3 weeks ago we started training. I can't believe it's already been 3 weeks.
It's
Couch
crazy.
to 5K. Let's just put that out there. I ran like a mile and a half the first week. We were doing a mile and a half the first week. Second week we got up to about 2 miles, and this week we've done 3 miles. We did the 5K. So I'm feeling like wow, I can't believe how far I've come in just
Sis, you're
three
gonna
weeks.
have to keep it up afterwards. You're gonna have to keep it up
And
afterwards.
I told Brother B, I was like, today on our run, I told him that's why we were in our workout gear, me and
Yeah.
the training
Sorry.
too. But Nisa and Brother B, y'all stamina is higher than mine. So that was the main reason why I was like, let me train because I cannot be the weakest link on this family 5K. I do not want to bring the
Let me
family.
just interject. Let me just interject. I work out at an actual gym, Orange Theory. I talk about Orange Theory, and it's a high intense, program. But I run on the treadmill. On the treadmill, running on the treadmill. We did go to the gym. You got daggone right. We did go to the gym,
And we
buddy.
had
Waking up
besides
at
that, we
5:30 in the
also had,
morning.
and I lived in the city. I was going all the way to Douglasville. But we also had outside where I think we also had that one trainer. That might have we also had that other one trainer that we used
Yes.
to anyway,
Listen, we've been trying to get
sorry.
our lives together for a long time, so that lets you know that we on the right path.
We
We be
are.
getting our life
We
together. We
are.
be getting our life together. You
So
know what
you
I'm
do orange
saying?
theory. Sorry to interrupt. You
No,
do
no,
orange.
no. So I do Orange Theory, but it's a difference in running on the treadmill versus running outside. When I run outside in my neighborhood, I be so goddamn winded. I be like, girl, who do you exercise on a regular? Cause you're too winded to be out here huffing and
Oh,
puffing like this. But
it
it's
really is
hard
good.
work. I've always wanted to be a runner though. I mean, when I was in high school, probably in middle school, starting in middle school, I was into track, and I've always wanted to be a runner because just like Brother B, when you run, the people that I know that are runners, they can basically eat whatever they want. I mean, really, honestly, that's not the only reason, but I know that the weight really comes off of you, and it you're able to manage and maintain, and it's just a good exercise, tool to have, and it's free. You can go outside and run or run on
That
a treadmill.
yeah, that's what I love about it too. And I know like cardiovascular health is like a really big thing in the black community. And then I think our grandfather died from a heart attack.
Yeah.
So it is something that I know I don't know if I've mentioned this, but sometimes I kind of have the older I get, I realize that I have a lot more chest pain, and I've gotten checked out a couple of times or gone to the doctor, and it hasn't been anything to keep me like on any sort of a high
Right.
alert, but it's just
Right.
something that I'm conscious of. Like, let me make sure that I'm keeping my heart health up
Healthy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I the last time I went to the doctor, they were telling me that I think it was my blood pressure was was like an athlete's blood pressure, like lower than what it's on it was
Mm.
average, like average healthy, but a little like on the lowest end. And they were like, it's nothing that you can really do or that you're doing wrong, and it's really nothing to be concerned about. It's just typically people with this type of blood pressure are athletes, like if you work
Mm.
out a lot or things like that. So I don't know. It just
Maybe that
hearing,
was a word from the Lord. Yes,
I know,
Jesus,
but
I hear you.
I took it more like, well, if it's slightly not normal, let me try to take better care of myself, because when she goes to the doctor and I'm getting older and you start hearing things are a little bit off of the average healthy scale, I'm like, all right, let me start focusing up.
Really,
So
listen, it really is about consistency. You got to put
yeah,
in the effort. And like right now, I just made 1 year of const or like on a
Mary,
continuous basis,
wow,
continuous basis working out at Orange Theory, and I only do it twice a week. But
cheers
even with
to that.
that, let me tell you something, baby.
Sis.
I'm 40 plus. I ain't gonna y'all ain't y'all ain't about to see me leave
No,
over some high blood pressure and just letting myself go. So excuse me, I really, really am trying to be more conscious of just being healthy. Like this week I prepped my lunches, I did meal prep, and I really try to focus, but my downfall be on the weekends. I just be like, you know what? I done been good all week. Let me treat myself.
but
And
I don't
then
think
I eat
that's a
a
bad thing. Like if
if
you're
I if I yeah, if you're as active and you're staying moving,
and you're making healthy choices for the most
yeah,
part, like you should have some days where you can just,
I be
like I did
wilding out
last
on the
night.
weekends.
I
I
ate
be
a, I
wilding
ate
out. I be
ice
cooking up a whole
cream,
bunch of.
a lot of things.
Well, today I did eat ribs. I ate barbecue ribs. They were baked though. They were baked. I mean, I guess most of the times ribs are baked or grilled, but I did run today.
Okay.
Balance, baby.
Yeah,
Balance.
period. So
Anyway, let's get into our
yeah,
topic, sis.
let's get into our topic. So we were gonna speak about this last week, and since then I have not refreshed. So we're just gonna kind of randomly talk about it. And if you have anything else to clarify, sis, go ahead. But real quick, want to shout out. I have been like all in on this new influencer that I had never heard of, y'all, until a month ago. Her name is
Oh,
Jessie Woo.
yes.
She has a YouTube channel, and I think she's been on like a reality show in the past. I don't know which one. I don't want to say and guess, but she mentions it in some of her videos. But I started watching her review of Love Is Blind because one of the favorites of the show, Cameron from season one, like
Let's
recommended
go.
her
Let's
review.
get into it. Yes, baby.
So I
Mhm.
started watching
Mhm.
her review,
Mhm.
and she's hilarious. First of all, she tells all the things that we want to hear in her reviews, and it's just very entertaining. But she brought out a very interesting point in one of
Mhm.
her. It wasn't really a review; it was more like a reflection, or kind of just
Yeah.
observation of some of the
Mhm.
dynamics in the season. And it made I reached out to sis and showed her or sent her the link. And I was like, "Is this a topic worth discussing?" So this is where the title comes from. Brown Skin Girl. We're talking about essentially about uh, colorism's impact, colorism's impact on your dating preferences. I would say your dating preferences and how colorism plays a part in that. Um,
Mhm.
so we black, we brown,
We
we
black, black,
beautiful,
black, black.
you know, and
You
we
better
we're
ask
from the
somebody.
period, and we're from the South, so we've definitely had our fair share of encounters with. Even though this is Atlanta, we grew up in the suburbs, and I definitely recall more than once randomly people yelling out saying the N word to me just on the streets
We've had
walking
way
with
too
women,
many of those encounters.
and that's just
Ugh.
weird. But specifically within the Black community, dating
Mhm. Mhm.
and the conversation that we basically want to talk about today is not that there's anything wrong with having preferences, but why
Yeah.
some people can't just have their preferences, but they talk so
And
negatively
that put
about
us
everyone
down.
that falls
Right.
outside of their preferences, be it man or woman. We're women
Yeah.
that date men, so that has been our
Mhm.
experience when we are dating men who have preferences
Yeah.
that we don't fall in. But it's almost like,
Right.
we can pinpoint experiences where just because we fall outside of your preferences, that doesn't mean that you have to say anything
Mhm.
or think anything about me because I may not fall into your
Right.
physical preferences. That is, you can just go on and date your preferences and leave me alone. But
Leave me the hell alone, sir.
that's not always the case, and I'm sure some men, y'all feel free to add your comments, but I'm sure some
Men
men,
and women.
yes, have probably had that experiences where it's like, women who want bearded men, maybe just date your bearded men, but I don't have no beard, so leave me alone. You don't have to be dogging dudes without.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we just kind of wanted to talk about that, and with
Yeah.
specifically with the preferences of a specific skin tone and like ethnic,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And how,
Yeah.
if you fall outside of those preferences, why then would it?
That's just such a negative notion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so what this Miss Wu, I can't remember her first name, but it was a
Jesse.
good Jessie Wu. It was a good conversation. She's hilarious, by the way. And we covered the topic of Love is Blind. We followed that from beginning to end. And Marshall, who is a African American male, which he I guess he can be considered a lighter skin.
I don't
Um
even know. I would think light
I
brown. I
feel,
don't know.
brown skin. I feel like he's almost brown skin on the
I
cusp. I don't
don't
know.
know. I don't think I'm a good judge of the skin tone.
But he's black man. He's a black
He's
man. It's
black. He's
just
a
that
black.
simple. He's a black man. And
I
I
wouldn't say
guess
he's
I don't even
dark
know how
brown.
old.
So,
No, he's not
I,
dark
I
brown.
wouldn't say he's dark brown, but somewhere
No.
between light and brown, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So
He was
he
26 on
apparently
the show.
26 on the show.
I,
So I think at this time he was like 19 or 20 when they pulled up some old tweets that he
yeah.
made, and basically the scenario that he on his Twitter that he did not delete, and he purposely said he didn't delete it because in his eyes he was showing his growth from then to now, which okay, um just like he was showing his growth, we'll say okay, sir. But either way, he made a comment, and basically he was like, in this restaurant, so he goes to a restaurant and he's like, there's an Asian couple and then there's also a white couple, but then the only black people that I see are not couples, and they're all women. And of course you can tell, and I'm paraphrasing. He was saying that the black people that were there were all single women, and they were just talking ish about dudes, and this is why, in a sense, this is why black men, or this is why I don't himself doesn't prefer the black women, because they're so confident, and they're so, oh, I don't need a man, I can do it myself. Y'all always talking about black men and this, that, and the third. And the lady, Miss Wu, let him have it, baby. Like, she was just like, let me tell you something. I go to brunch with my girlfriends all the time, and I got a whole husband, baby. But let me tell you something that I'm not doing. I'm not talking about my husband while we at brunch. I'm trying. Give me a refill of that mimosa, please. What I got to talk about? Why? Miss Wu said, "Listen, baby, when I'm out with my girlfriends, we spend money like drug dealers." I felt that. Come on, hello,
In my
come on,
core.
hello, boom.
Woo! I really did feel
That's
that.
exactly what we do. We spend money like drugs. I was like, girl, you're not the only one that. Yes, that's exactly what me. This is just for me and my girlfriends, okay? We will spend money like drug dealers because that's who we are. We gonna go all out and all in and have us a good old time. And we ain't thinking, we ain't talk about no, we ain't putting down no black man. Boy, if you don't get lost, somebody need to. You tell me your thoughts. I don't know.
You know what? The other thing that I was thinking too is like,
Take a deep breath.
because I was about to take a sip, but I put it down so that I could talk and share my thoughts. I personally think I know he was young when he said it, and that's fine. I'm not saying that he's
He's
no
stupid.
judgment on this man. It's really the idea that we're discussing, not him in particular. For me, at least, it's this whole
Right.
concept.
Absolutely, because he's
Like,
not the only person that thinks like
oh,
this in
yeah,
the
he's not
world.
the first
Yeah.
person that. Yeah.
And he
It's
won't
really
be the
the
last.
no, he won't, and it's really just
I'll
the
be back.
concept.
I'm listening.
Okay, okay, it's really just the concept that black women are single because there's nobody that wants us. And I just don't think that that's an accurate narrative. I think that when you go to even the example that he gave of, I went to a restaurant and saw a white couple, I saw an Asian couple, I saw a Latino couple, and then I saw a group of single black women. It's weird for him to have just assumed that those women that were eating in a restaurant together were all single. I go out with, when I was in Houston, I was with a group of all women. It was nothing but women. Half of the women, if not most of the women, were married or in relationships. It was only less than a handful who weren't in relationships, and it wasn't a situation where the single women were just miserable and just divulging all of their horrible dating experiences and dogging men or dogging the people that they're dating. We're literally planning our next trip.
We're here to enjoy life.
We're talking about our next trip. We're talking about the business plans that
Businesses.
each person has, some of the dreams and aspirations, the creative ideas that we have, how we can connect and collaborate, stay in touch, push each other, motivate each other. And I was
Motivate
like,
each other.
that is such a weird thing for him to, or that is such a weird idea to see a group of
Yeah.
black women and assume that
And
they're
that's
all
the
single. When you go to
absolutely.
some homegirls, half of y'all are booed up. Even if you're not married, it's maybe less than a handful who are who are single, and the ones that are single, they're not pressed. It's not because nobody's choosing
Just
them.
be,
It's because
yeah.
we're not choosing who
Come,
choosing us.
say it loud. Say it with your chest. Say
And
it
there's
with
nothing
your
wrong with
chest.
that. There's nothing wrong with that. We're and so that's the whole thing. I just don't like that's like a narrative because, to be honest, I really and I y'all know we talk about how we church girls. We ain't talked about it in a long time, but I'm about to bring it back. I think that that is a plan
For the
of
block.
the devil himself to make
Busy.
the narrative be, to make us believe and consume all of this stuff that black men don't like black women and black women, because that's a lie from the pit of hell.
The
I,
pit of
every,
hell.
every black
Rebuke you,
man
devil.
Every black man that I know personally loves black women, and every black woman that I know personally loves black men. So I'm just like, I don't. This is a lie that the media is. I don't know who that the enemy is trying to get us to think that we are further apart, that we're disagreeing, that neither one of us like each other. That is a lie, and I don't agree. And I also feel like we all need to continue to talk about things like this so that we can remember and reshape that narrative. Like, no, that's a lie. He
That is
thinks
a
like
lie.
that, but he is a
Well,
part of the
that is,
minority.
he is absolutely, he is not in the majority when it
No,
comes to this. And not only that, for for Marshall to even, let's go a step further, and I don't want to spend too much time on this because we've already covered Love is Blind, but he made a comment about, hey, cousin, he made a comment about his preference being a Latino, someone
Yeah.
that, he wants to be able to you to be able to speak the language. And yeah, he went with that. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Kev, brother Kev. He went with that and on Love is Blind, and look where it led him. You know what I mean? Look where it led him. I
And
mean, you
not to cut you off,
fool,
sis,
you
but
scoundrel.
that was my thought about that. And I know I literally just said this ain't about him, but it kind of is. It was such a weird thing for him to say he had the chance to take it down, but he wanted to show his growth. I was like,
It's
but how have
stupid.
you shown your growth when you literally on the show picked your preference and
And
black
she dogged
women,
you
she
and
treated you
supported
as
you, and we
and
supported
black
you. We
we
were rooting for you.
So it's just it is a weird thing to see play out, in life like that. But I really do have to consider all factors. First of all, he's still young now. He not young, but he's still young now. So he's 26, 27 now. He was 19,
Life
18
gonna
when
pinch him in the ass, and he gonna figure it out
he
one way or another.
so he is in the Pacific Northwest. Like this happened in Seattle. So this it's not
Okay,
like
it
he
ain't
in
even a
Houston.
plethora
He
of black folks. No way.
not in
He ain't
Atlanta.
got a lot of people to.
You know
Okay,
what
that
I'm
makes sense.
saying?
Yeah,
He's not somewhere that's like hella diverse where he's just got
yeah,
tons of black women, to choose from at
yeah.
the ready. Um
Right.
and vice versa. So I don't know. I really but I want to know, sis, you've been married for years now, you've been in a committed relationship for years, but is there any experience that you've had over the years where
Hmm.
um you've experienced some sort of like colorism based on your skin tone in the dating landscape or otherwise?
Um, I do think so. I will say that I actually cut somebody off. Like I no longer communicate with this person because of one comment that he made.
Wow.
And this was around, it had to be in COVID. It was COVID because we had just done the Hawaii trip, and I think, it was like, oh,
Wow.
happy birthday, blah, 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 blah. But this was somebody that I had known, a guy that I had known for a really long time, and we were literally one of those, oh, we just vibe, we're good friends. At the time when we first met, I was dating someone and he was dating someone, and I knew his significant other, and because the us as significant others were friends, we just, organically would hang out and, shoot the ish or whatever. And then once they broke up, and me and my partner at the time broke up, me and him stayed in touch, but it was strictly like on some BFF,
Platonic.
oh, check in, have lunch occasionally. It was platonic. So he um he called me around my birthday time, and I let me just interject and say that I don't feel like growing up, and I think we've kind of talked about this before, and I know that I'm not a dark skinned woman, but I'm a brown skinned woman. However, in my family and the group that I, was surrounded with my friends, I was never ever made to feel like, you're different because of your color. And a lot of our family members are like light, even my own children, my blood children are like light. But it was never a distinct differentiation between, oh, you're the pretty one because you're lighter skin. And I hear that so much. Even a Latino comic, she has a special on Netflix that I said I was going to watch, but because I saw a clipping, and she said that her stepfather hated her because she was the darkest in their family, and she's a Latina, and she is not dark at all. But when I hear those things, I'm like, man, I'm grateful because I did not grow up in an environment like that, and the few times that I did experience that, thankfully and gratefully, it was in my adult lifehood. It wasn't like as a child. So this particular incident, he was calling to wish me a happy birthday, and we were just catching up. How's it going? At this point, I'm married, catching up on the marriage, and then catching up with his dating life. And he's like, yeah, I've been dating this girl, and she's just so super demanding, and she don't listen. And and then he says, I know what it is, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was like, I know what it is. It's because she's light skinned. He was like, and light skinned girls are just real high maintenance, and you got to really cater to them. He was like, and this was what killed me. He was like, I'm gonna start dating girls like you, because darker skinned girls are more humble. I'm gonna pour a little more wine on that. I ain't never tell you that story, did I? I ain't never tell you that story. Mm-mm.
That was fun. I need
He's
I need the Jameson for that.
he
Ooh.
told me that darker skinned women were more humble, and I was on my
Is
way
he
to
black?
my daughter's track.
Oh,
He's probably a pitch, just a little shade darker than me. And let me tell you this: don't
so
don't
he's
take this the
fully
wrong way,
black,
y'all. Don't.
like fully
He's black,
African.
black. He black, black. And oh, I probably shouldn't say this, but
I need to know.
no, I'm not gonna say it.
I
Y'all should listen to me. No, because I feel like, okay, well, if you're gonna be that ignorant, if you're gonna be that ignorant, at least have something to back it up with. Be a billionaire, millionaire, billionaire. Give something other than the fact that you just are out here
regular college
just
park nigga.
surviving.
Girl,
Nick, that's right. You just from the west side, and that's the best you got. That you gonna start dating girls that's my complexion because I'm more humble. My nigga,
sir,
you don't know me too
that's
well. You
shocking.
don't.
Oh Lord, he did not say that.
Yes, he did. How y'all feel about that? Like,
I gotta
I don't
know.
even know what to say, and I didn't even know what to say at that point, and I literally just stopped talking. I haven't talked to him. That's been
Prince,
3 years ago. That was 3 years ago.
that's
We
that
really got
is crazy. That is a crazy thing, but for real, the nerve. I don't
the
know,
nerve. And buddy, you know him. You know him, buddy.
but
Know
you
him. She
know,
done been around him. She done hung out.
a little
Yes.
nervous. Oh, yeah,
Right,
that's good.
cousin. You're right. You're right. We know because you love us, cousin. You love us. We know.
Yeah, yeah, and your track record, it checks.
Track record is solid. It's
It's solid.
solid.
It's solid. um,
That's a doozy, huh?
Girl, that is a doozy. That's a doozy. But you're absolutely right. That's the thing about colorism. I feel like it's something that I learned so later in life
Me
because it just
too.
was never a thing in
Mm-mm.
our family. And like you said, we have every color of the
Every.
spectrum in our family. The brightest of the bright. Our grandmother was very bright, very fair skinned, all the way up. I'm literally in the same mother father dynamic. Like we don't even have to go. It's just immediate family. Like
Yeah.
light, and really, really, really
And
dark
dark,
brown.
dark.
So, and then it's like we have all of these cousins and uncles and aunts. So with all of it, we just it never. I never ever recall any aunt,
Me
uncle,
neither.
cousin, grandma, granddad saying anything about the
Never.
color of our skin. I don't
Never.
remember that. Maybe, and that's just my experience and your experience. I would have to talk to our cousins to see if any of them ever
Mm,
experienced that, but I never I caught onto it so much later in life, and the very first time it ever was any like thing in my mind, I feel like being brown, which we don't. I don't know. I don't even know how to identify the color of my skin. I just say I'm a brown skinned woman. I'm black. I'm black. I mean, my mom black, my daddy black, we black, and I'm black. So I don't. I just feel
Black
like
is black, black, black.
if I gotta like categorize it, maybe I'm somewhere down the middle of the road, slightly on the browner end of the road. If we categorize them, but the first time I ever heard anything about colorism, I had went home to meet. I had went to my ex's hometown to meet his family, and they were telling him like, "Oh, I see you got you a light skinned girl. I see you got you a light skinned girl," and I was like, "Light
You?
skinned? I am not light skinned." I literally was like, "What are y'all talking about? I'm not light skinned." So, and but you know, my ex was very. His whole family was very dark brown. All of them
Dark.
was. So I think me being like middle medium brown, I don't know brown. It was just like, oh, I was like, now y'all crazy. I'm not like I'm not light skinned. That's not a thing. Like I don't even have no for real light skinned people in my immediate family. Me, I'm thinking like we got
Right.
none of us are light skinned. That's not a thing. Nate, oh, my nephew is like the lightest.
The
Other
lightest of them all. But he was our grandmama. He's our grandmama's complexion, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then fast forward to present day, me dating. I have dated men who are like significantly darker than me, who call me like dark skin and chocolate. Like, oh, I love dating chocolate women like you, and I just love your dark skin. I'm like, it's not in a negative way, but I'm like, I just never. And they're darker than me. And I
Sorry, I
remember
started singing a song in my head. I started singing a song. Mm-hmm.
I did this experiment one time with one guy. It was a picture of Usher and a picture of I think Eddie Murphy's daughter, and I put them side by side. They were calling Eddie Murphy's daughter dark skin, and I was like, "Is Usher dark skin?" And they were like, "No, Usher's not dark skin." And I showed them both of the pictures side by side, and Usher was significantly darker than Eddie Murphy's daughter in the picture, and they were like, I don't know why it's registering to me that she's dark skinned when she's clearly much lighter than Usher is in these pictures. And I was like,
Send
yeah,
me that picture. I want to see.
I'll have to send it to you. I randomly because it just popped in my brain. I was like, maybe it's a woman versus a man thing for this dude. Like he can only any woman that it falls in
Identified.
any sort of other than like looking very fair skinned. Maybe everybody
Everybody is
else is
just
dark.
you're light or you're dark.
Yeah, it's not like a
There's no in
rainbow
between.
or like a
That's
ombre
interesting,
effect.
sis.
It was so interesting. I couldn't believe it. But girl, I can't tell you how many dudes I when they get to talking about their celebrity crush, and I don't mind a preference. I got my
Tell me,
preferences too.
who's who?
But
I got a celebrity cuss. Tell me.
no, I'm talking about dudes who will talk
Oh,
about
I
their
got a celebrity cuss
crush.
too, and she dark. Ooh, she dark. I
Oh,
mean, she
right, right.
darker.
But no, I'm saying like so that I don't know.
Don't think I'm. I mean, don't listen to
I'm
me. Y'all don't take
judging.
that out of context, okay?
No,
This is
no.
just for
I'm just
fun.
saying. I kind of do judge guys based on when they talk about their preferences. I'm like, okay, if it randomly
Yes.
comes up and I'm dating them or something, and then they list
Tell
all
me
of these
what the
girls
weirdest one
who are
was.
so far outside of
What was
my
the
thing.
weirdest one? Like, oh boy.
There have been no weird ones. There have been no weird ones. All of the guys but it'll be like just a specific type. Like, oh well, why? Okay, I guess we shouldn't date anymore because that's weird. Like, why are we dating? I'm not. I don't look like Lauren London ever. Like, there's never a
Yes.
day I look like
That's a
her.
great point because I actually dated a person for a long time and
But
the
y'all tell me,
people
guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that because is that a if someone tells you their preference and you realize you fall
that
far
you're far from it.
outside of their preference, like if it's not just one thing, if you see the list of their exes and all of their exes are like hella bright, petite, like Nisa's petite, I'm a stallion. Like I got a good balance weight on
It's
me.
questionable. It's questionable. That's why I'm going to Orange Theory. That's why I'm going to Orange
Yeah,
Theory
I
right
got a
now.
good balance weight on me. So if I see a guy
I don't know
who
what
his
he's talking
dating
about.
history is very light bright, or very, very dark brown, and 5'1", tiny feet, tiny hands. I'm like, what are we doing? What is
Yeah.
that something that I should be like, alert,
So
alert?
let me tell you from my perspective, because I feel like even though I feel like I've always had a very, in my mind, and y'all don't listen to me. Listen, don't listen to me. But I feel like I've always had a very specific um type in my mind. It's always been, oh, I want somebody that's, taller than 6 feet, because I'm five
Okay, this is a
two,
very good point, sis. Okay,
five
I get where you're going.
two, we'll
She's
say,
not.
okay,
But
we'll say I'm
somebody.
5'2". So I'm 5'2". So okay, yeah, I can do with somebody 6 feet, at least 6 feet. And I've always been like, I mean, and it probably goes a lot into me just in some sense being a daddy's girl, because my daddy is darker skinned, he's tall, he's 6'2" or 6'3". And so I've always liked, the darker skinned men, beards, stuff like that. But that has definitely not been always been the type of person that I've dated. And I will truly say, from the past, I have dated solely based off of vibes and connections, and it's not been one of those, for me it wasn't one of those things where you're not like some people make it out to be, where you're not 6'3", tall, dark, and handsome.
So it's
I've
a
never made it to be that way. Like it was
process.
never that way for me. But I think the problem is, yes, you can be specific about the, now I have a chocolate man who's over 6 feet. Hello, got a beard. Hello, but said
Okay,
all that to
Ernestine.
say, said all that to say, in my past, it wasn't about, okay, I gotta be this, and this. I think you really put yourself in a box if you're just like, these are the only people that I can connect with. You gotta be this color. You gotta be this, you gotta be this tall. You gotta, oh, well, me, I'm more concerned about your character. I'm more concerned about, will you treat me well? How you treat your mama? How you treat just women in your family. Like, your character is what has always been my attraction. And it's sad that I feel like people nowadays, they don't have that same they don't have that same motive. Like, they just like, no, this is just it. And it's funny because y'all know my guilty pleasure is the Breakfast Club, and I can't think of this lady's name right now, but Ayanna Van Zant was
Ebony
talking.
K. Brown. I
Yes,
found
girl,
her.
she was on the Breakfast Club today, and I feel like she made herself look more like a fool because
No.
she did not clarify, and she was really aggressive in the interview, even to the point where her and DJ Envy kind of went back and forth a little bit about her standing 10 toes down on, well, I said that I would only date a bus driver if he owned the bus. And that's, again, you're boxing yourself in a category. And to me, and don't listen to me, but those are the women that we should be talking about, are not based on color. Those are the women that are the ones that are really crippling themselves to, and probably why they're single, because they're like, oh, you gotta have 6 figures, or you gotta have this going for yourself. You gotta, another girl on Love at First Sight is telling her husband that he has to buy her a house because she wants to say, my husband bought me a house. Like, have some morals in within. And it's just the sad day and age
Okay.
that we live in, man.
We probably are a little further on opposite ends of the spectrum on this particular point.
Tell me.
I get where you're coming from. You don't want to box yourself in, but the whole point about this conversation, and like my perspective overall on preferences, is it's fine to have preferences. Like,
Absolutely.
I,
Absolutely
all
have your
preferences
preferences.
but leave me the F alone if I don't fall within your preferences. The problem is, to me, the problem would be I am a black woman that is darker brown. I'm brown. If
Hey,
you don't like
darker
brown
brown, then don't F with me.
skin black women and you prefer um and
Light skin.
red bone, let's say, because Kev
Or
did
the
say
white
there
tint.
you have light and red bone. So let's say for the
Okay.
sake of a firm distinction, you prefer red bone that may not even identify as black, ethnically ambiguous.
Red bone
And
versus light.
you can go to California and have all the ethnically ambiguous women that your heart can
Desires. Come on.
rip through the Southern California. Go to Arizona. Get you 15 over there. Go up to New York. They got a whole plethora, baby. Down to
What's wrong with
Miami.
you?
Go to Miami, get you some. Run through the city. But when you get to Atlanta and you run up on me with my good balance weight on me and my
Bypass
beautiful
me.
brown
Pass
skin,
me by.
don't
Pass me
point
by.
at me and say, Lauren, you is outside of my preference, therefore also in comma, I don't F with
And
you.
comma.
You ain't got to tell me that. You can just politely go on down to you can politely go on down to Kirkwood, down to Binding.
Findings. I was
Get
about to say
get
Kirkwood. I
on
don't
out
know
the
about that.
city.
Alpharetta.
You can go on down to Brookhaven, go to the
Lynn.
Lululemon, go to a Lululemon in Linux. Get you
Y'all
your
heard it here first.
baby, and
Leave me the F alone.
when you see me at the West End at the Rainbow,
Or the Greenbrier.
leave alone. I don't
Or
want
the
to hear it.
Greenbrier at the makeup stand, get my eyebrows done. You
We
walk
are
the F
individuals.
by.
I don't care that you want to go down to Lululemon and get you a red bone. That is wonderful. I love that for you, brother. Shout out to you and your red bone, beautiful queen. I also don't want you to have your beautiful red bone queen and then be talking to all of the black women that are brown, dark brown, or anywhere outside of your red bone preference and be telling us why we single, why we angry, why we miserable, why we
That's
go
my
to the brunch and
point.
on that is the only
Order.
beef that I have with this whole all
I
these
think we
shenanigans.
should
Like
start.
shut
I
the
think,
fuck
you
up
know
and
what?
leave me alone. No, they should like skin up and be
I'm
fine.
fired up. You know what? We should,
It
you know what we
bothers me.
should do? We should start a
Whew,
group and
let me
we
my pen. Whew, let me take a sip.
we should start a group and we should go around and we should beat up every man. I'm just
Lisa,
saying.
you got this.
I,
It's got to be
we should beat them
like
up.
politics.
We should beat them up. What you say about the darker skinned women?
We got
But
to
you know
yoke
what?
like
Come here,
you
boy.
know,
But
and
listen,
we got to seduce. We got to recruit some red bones because that's how they gonna come into the. That's the bait. That's the bait.
but
So,
no, but what you said about how you went to your exes and they were calling you light skinned, there have been a few occasions. I will say this wholeheartedly. Probably again, until my adult life, I thought that I was just a dark skinned girl. I didn't know that there was like an in between. I just knew, okay, there's light skin and dark skin. So I used to always refer to myself as a dark skin. I'm dark skinned. But then as you get older and then you start hearing brown skin, yada yada yada, there have been times where
that's true too. I
someone has,
guess I would say the same too
yeah,
because it
I
was
never,
dark. So
in my
maybe
day and age, it was never a you're brown. I've never heard a brown
right.
skin girl
That's
until
true.
I was good and grown. It was always your light skin or your dark skin. I didn't know any in between. Who said what? Who said what? Tell
That
me.
this really touched the nerve. Did you get it all out? Oh, I got some more
I
in the
think she
tank.
got it out, brother. I think she's good now. Maybe.
Thank
We'll talk to
y'all.
each other after this and she'll get a little more out of what she can't say
Weird.
on
Are you weird? It's just weird, y'all. But no, go ahead.
It's just weird. No, but there have been a few times where people have, very few times where they're like, oh, called me light skinned. Like when you were talking about that, I was like, you know what? I have heard somebody call me light skinned before, and I'm like, you don't know no better. You just don't know no better. You don't see. You just see what you see. You just see the darker or the lighter, and there again, no in between. So then when you start hearing people say, oh, brown skin, of course, Beyonce got the brown skin girl, and she ain't even, I mean, she brown skin, but she light.
No, that's the thing. I don't know.
Who sets the bar? Who sets the standards? Who's in charge of the girls? Who's in charge of the girls?
The brown paper bag test, like they did in the. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Anyway,
Moral of the story is don't listen to us because we. But what you don't need to do is listen to Marshall and his comments about
or any of that rhetoric. Like with Ebony K. Brown, that woman has seen more money in probably one day than I done seen for 2-3 years combined, 5-10 years combined. So if she's saying she's not gonna date a bus driver because somebody asked her the question, she didn't just randomly tweet, "All bus drivers, I hate you. Stay away from me."
But it was just y'all. I encourage y'all to look at her, look at that interview. She was just so. Well, I saw that girl. You did that. Do the other one. You ain't gonna do the other one? Okay, never mind. They got to stay right there. All right. She really just overtalked the whole entire.
With Rihanna.
No, with DJ Envy and Charlamagne. She literally, even when they would be like, well, trying to interject or say something, it was not like just a back and forth conversation. Girl, she was getting on my nerves. Like, So and maybe and it was I think it made her look worse than what, and she's entitled to her own opinion, of course. But when you have different platforms, you got to be careful with the choice of you get what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. But if you don't want to date a bus driver, cool. That's
when you're on that level, okay. Now me, welcome. Bus drivers, y'all
come on, baby.
Now give me the martyr pass and then hush. You gonna make me spaghetti when I get home? Now y'all know what I've been trying to do.
You want somebody to make you some spaghetti when you get home. You'll even take a wife for that one. Come on, somebody.
For 200, Alex. She can be red bone. I don't even care. I going down to Brookhaven myself.
Where's the brother Kevin? Do you hear this, Kevin? Okay. Do you hear this, Kevin? She's
for real,
still venting.
Y'all, my mama hate when I joke about getting a wife. I'm sorry. I'm really just joking. I'm not about to get no wife, y'all. I'm just joking.
That's why I was trying to say I'm my crush. My crush is Janelle Monáe.
Oh, now,
that girl. Come on.
That old Janelle. Oh. And that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I guess you would consider her dark skin.
I don't even know. I think she
never would
like
consider her dark
skin. Complexion or a little darker than me.
I don't know, man. I don't know who's dark skin.
I'm not in charge. I don't know who's in charge, but I'm not.
Who is in charge? I don't know, y'all.
I ain't got a clue. I
don't know. I don't know at all. Cause even like, yeah, okay. Oh, see.
She not dark skin. I don't think she was dark skin. I think she's like brown skin, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, y'all. Now see, who they got benefits? Hello.
Benefits, buddy.
The bus drivers.
Cause they city workers. Let me tell you something. Benefits will do it. All right. Anyway. Well, listen. Any bus drivers out there, put your applications in. We hosting a dating. No, I'm kidding.
I'm still on through life, y'all.
Step by step, day by day.
You know what? I used to hate those people that be like, "Oh, I'm single and satisfied," but I get it. Like I get it. It's fine over here, y'all. Trust me.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But that to your point, Marshall is a clown because for for you to think that single, he's a clown. And anybody that thinks, oh, just because I see a group of women and you assume they're single, but even if they are single, what makes you think that they're not just comfortable with being effing single?
Or that they don't have options. Like they could not be single tonight if they didn't want to. That's the thing.
They just good. I'm
That's
good right now.
a whole other story for a whole nother day. Dude, some people
Scoundrel.
really do think that, like, especially in Atlanta, like black women, oh, there's a drought. You'll never find love. You'll never find a man. I'm like,
Speaking of,
that's mom.
there was a study, and this is random. I literally didn't even. I don't know why but speaking of, there is apparently Atlanta. There was a study that said Atlanta was the worst city for men to commit to a relationship. It's just so much out here. It's just, Atlanta is Atlanta. People see us on TV and think that we really about that
Wondering about those studies
Atlanta
because
housewives,
I
you think?
don't know. I done got multiple propositions from like
But
quality
I mean,
dudes.
maybe it's
That's a lot.
maybe it's Atlanta. Like you got to be in the heart of Atlanta. It ain't out in the outskirts.
I
You got
don't
to be
know.
outside of perimeters. I don't know. But that was
I
a
don't know.
study they said they recently did
A study.
where
I think anywhere is probably difficult because last point, we talked until we can't talk no more. But I do think there is an residual effect of COVID on the dating landscape worldwide. Like I don't think people know how to those skills of just communicating and organically, quote unquote, organically meeting people out and about are kind of weird. Like even I don't know. I'm not like extremely like social butterfly. Like I'll find like meet one person and then just be talking to them for the whole night. And it's like I probably should have talked to a few other
multiple
folks.
people. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
And then
You.
we talk to you. We like talking to each other. Okay, let's talk for the rest of the night. And then we talk for the rest of the night. But I have noticed like times where I'm like, oh, that person, I think they're flirting with me. Are they flirting with me? And they're probably
Oh
like,
my
is
Jesus.
she receptive to the flirt? And they try to flirt, and I'm like, I don't know if you're flirting. Are you flirting? Oh, okay, ha ha. And then it's just like, well, we both.
Stop. Just
I
ask at this point.
I already don't have like
Don't
those.
be straight up. I need to know if you flirting with me or not. I need to if I'm am I picking up what you put
Okay, now
down?
I need to collaborate with you, and you need to be my consultant because I don't. I just be like saying crazy things sometimes. They be flirting. I'm like, shut up, man. Oh, you fight. And it's like, oh, this may have taken a turn.
Ooh, Lauren.
And I thought that we were just homies, niggas. Like I thought we were just niggas. But okay, for next time, I'll note that. And if that happens again, it's a flirt, and I should flirt back. So
Too late, baby. By that
I
time,
said all
baby.
that to say
Don't
those
listen to
guys,
us.
Christy, like we good out here. Look, I'm gonna work on the flirt in public places, bus drivers,
Do
light
your do your
red phone,
thing. Get those benefits.
do your thing. Men of the night, just everybody, women, all y'all, live your life. But leave me alone if I'm not part of your preferences, and ditto for me. I ain't gonna shoot you down.
Okay, last thing. Last thing. I know we've been talking for a while, y'all, and we appreciate y'all hanging in there for real, for real, for real.
Thanks,
But
y'all.
listen, it's one of those things where it's social media is hilarious. The art of verbal foreplay no longer exists. Okay.
Talk
Well,
about
hey sis, that ad right there. They don't know how to connect anymore. Ooh, y'all is
Great point. COVID. I really think COVID did a number for real on the social dating landscape. People literally it's
not in
DM.
not
I had to get off social media because the DM culture is weird. Oh God, y'all now. I,
wild. It's wild.
I I also want to put this out for everybody that's not single.
Wait, you know
While
who I would
I,
love to hear that? Who I would love to hear talk about this because Eb has never been on social media until just now.
what?
You know, we're this Eb just got on social media for the
What are you
first time.
saying?
I would love to see what her DMs are like because she's probably overwhelmed right now. Okay,
Oh,
another story. Keep going.
insanity. All I was gonna say was, as much as I love single in the city, I'm at peace. I'm content, and life is good. If y'all have a boo and you are in a relationship, this is I now since you know I tell you this all the time, point buddy, you know I tell you this all the time, even though you don't need to be told because you've been with yours. You've been with
20
yours,
plus. 20
but
plus.
brother
We need
Kevin,
a reminder though. We need a reminder.
cousin O, buddy, the rest of the four y'all listening. If you got somebody that you love and that somebody loves you and they ain't beating on you and they ain't cheating on you, now you better make it work. If y'all don't make
Mic
it work,
drop.
if y'all don't make it work with that person, that now he's a good man, Savannah. You bet now that's a good man, Savannah. You better make it work with that good man, Savannah. Because when I tell you, you gonna be what
Hard out here
you
for a
you
pimp.
you gonna have to make up in your mind that the rapture might come.
Lauren,
You
shut
down to your loft, singing karaoke, Whitney Houston, just a little or whatever. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody.
y'all.
Be
Y'all
myself
hear this
tonight.
girl?
Just
I
a smiling and cheesing and singing, and you gonna be happy. You gonna be happy because you ain't with that man that's beating on you and that woman that's cheating on you. You're gonna be much happier. But don't. That's what I'm saying to you. Don't just be leaving that good man, Savannah, because you bored because y'all ain't went on a vacation in a couple of years. You better shut up and you better shut up
and grow up.
and sit it the F out. Y'all better go to counseling. You better call on
Therapy.
Jesus and
Jesus and
GOD
therapy.
and figure it the F out. And I'm not playing with
Hard
y'all.
out here for a pimp. She ain't gonna tell y'all again. Y'all listen. Y'all listen.
It ain't really
Y'all
hard out
listen.
here for a pimp. It just is not worth it. If you got somebody that ain't cheating on you and cheating on you.
Come on. We know.
The math ain't mathing when men and women be leaving women that ain't and men that ain't beating on them. I was like, you did what? Now, now he got a good clean record and job. Okay,
Lauren,
now
cut it out. Just
he might have gained 30 pounds, but who cares? Have you ever heard of trying to slide in somebody's DM at 35? Is
all
that
right.
the life
So
that you want? You want to leave your your wife that gained 30 pounds after birthing several babies for you to go at 42 years old and start sliding in Instagram DM? You're a weirdo, bro. You're a weirdo. You're weird. I'm just saying. All right. Yeah, you're weird. If that's
oh
what
God.
you're doing, you're weird.
Oh my
All right.
God. I don't even know what to.
I said it once. I said it a million
Oh,
times. Now, cheers.
yo, don't listen to don't listen to her, y'all. I am tickled. Do you hear me? All right. Listen, let's get into this. Let's get into this closing. Okay. I feel like we need to end it in prayer, but I'm gonna pray for y'all when I get off.
We fast.
What's your girl name again? Woo. What's her name?
Jesse Woo.
Jessie Woo. Well, I can't remember that. All right, this was from Jessie Woo, and it's just fitting for this topic. So we're gonna close this thing out with my quote of the day, and it's y'all's preferences don't prefer y'all. Come on, somebody. That's Jessie Woo right there.
I remember she said, "Oh, that was such a good one." Y'all preferences I prefer y'all.
Don't prefer y'all.
Now maybe Emily K. Williams needs to think about that because she said her preference is the bus driver, the bus owner. Who?
Quiet as it's quip.
They don't. Okay.
Quiet as it's quip. Quiet as it's Lauren has me cackling over here, y'all. Okay, listen, y'all. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. We appreciate y'all hanging in with us for an hour and 30.
What y'all doing up so late? Y'all must work from home tomorrow like me. Me too. I work from home.
Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Hey, we're gonna have stories next week about Cinco. Come on, let's get it.
I'm hanging out with my daddy tomorrow. That's how single I am.
You hanging out with daddy?
I love hanging out with the old man though, yeah.
Why didn't you tell me? I called you and you said no. Okay, we'll talk about this after hours.
Because I told you what I was gonna do.
You ain't tell me it was daddy.
But anyway, Cinco.
So let's out. I love you guys. We love you guys. Don't listen to us. We will be back next week full of facts.
We'll hopefully be sober next week, but we'll have plenty of stories.
Cheers to that. All right.
Bye.
Bye.